Hello everyone, welcome to the stream today. It's been a while. It's been since last week because we had no streams over the weekend. I've been podcasting a lot. But we are here today for Survivor episode 10. Thank you to Red Wings for the 42nd month. Ryan with 36, Lena with 13, 1962 with 33, Tara with 56, Grumpy with 40, Dolores with 49, Haley with 33 in a row, Jessica with 12, Trisha with 60, 62. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate all of the support. I am walking today, slightly underlit again. Actually, I could probably do something about that. Let me see if I can do a small thing to... It probably will look worse. Oh, so much. No, not the whole thing. Oh, jeez. This is what happens when I open the windows. We're getting there. Yeah, very much the light mode of this room. No, that's still... We just need to close it. Shelly, thank you for the 22nd. Milambus, thank you for the 30th. Nowhere Man with 51 months. Proud, thank you for the 33rd. Being with 53. Stellars with 42. Thank you all so much. Biscuits with 27. Starlet 26. Bree with 32. Thank you. Yeah, the hair's going a bit wild. Ren, thank you for the 13th. Lulu with 20. I am live on Twitch and YouTube, by the way. I've gotten to the point with my hair that, like, it's quite big. Basically, my relationship with my hair right now is I'm kind of holding it hostage. I'm kind of like it's under constant threat. I'm basically telling it, you step out of line. You step out of line at all, I'm cutting you off. Cutting it all off. You look at me wrong one morning, you might go away. So you better behave. That's my current relationship with my hair. I should be live on YouTube. I believe I'm live on YouTube. So we're here to watch Survivor. Let me get the prediction going. Commercial by 5:12 seems to be working pretty well. Somebody asked about the genius. So I have a thought. I have an idea. I have an experiment Just earlier, right before the stream, I recorded myself watching episode 1 of the Genius UK. The plan is to edit that into a YouTube video in the style of like a reaction, like a Dr. Mike watches The Pit, where I show bits of the episode along with me watching it and then giving commentary. Survivor starting, by the way. That is the idea. We'll see if anybody likes it. Here's where we are. Noel, thank you for the 18th. Aggie, thank you for the 50th.
Mitch is the only clear other target here.
What I will say is, Aggie, thank you for the 50th. When I did the Big Brother 17 retrospective, I played an audio-less clip of the season via YouTube just to show people like this was what the finale was. It got flagged twice. They flagged my silent playing of a like 20 seconds of a YouTube clip. So yeah, there's definitely an art to it. Shmo, thank you for the 44th. Yeah, I had to cut it out of the video. Are we good? I know I just blindsided you. No, I'm not going to help protect you with an idol. But we're good, right? What are these cutaway shots to the everyone else? I feel like I've seen Joe be like multiple times so far. I've not watched the second jet lag episode yet now. But thank you, Checks, for the 7th. I'm sorry, but the Revolution has like a collective 5 minutes of screen time this season. I just have a hard time believing this goes anywhere. I want it to go somewhere. I did watch 2 episodes of Battle Camp. It's not bad, but the elimination mechanic is hit or miss. I do think it's made it a little more dramatic, but I don't know if the trade-off is worth it. Shay, thank you for the 63rd. So Mitch goes out this episode? Is that what they're telling me? Early commercial, indeed. That is a yes. That's probably the most negative Joe content we've gotten all season. Still pretty light overall. I think they're trying to They're doing everything they can in this episode to make it seem like Joe might be in danger, but I'm not buying it. I think what I said last week was that I expected there to be a little bit of a Joe cool down, edit wise. I think it might make some sense to introduce a tiny bit of like overconfidence. Let's target Joe. He's a big threat. But then it doesn't happen. Prediction. Will Star have a confessional? She did just have one, but will she have another one? Quite frankly, if she does, I don't think that's a great sign for her in this episode. I'm trying to think of like more things to say, but I feel like there's not much. Okay. I did have the thought, given that Camilla seems to potentially actually be on board with this revolution idea, I do actually think that Kyle should jump ship with it. There's what, 8 players left? There's the 4 remaining Good People Alliance, and then 4 revolutionaries. So he could wait one more vote. But the problem is that Eva has so many advantages, and I think he knows about them. You have to be really careful about when you make a move. All right, we're back. Hey, right away we get a star confessional. Might not be a good thing. Oh God, their best hope is a tie. What do you mean? Are you serious, Mitch? If it was anyone else in the game, there's a reason why it's not anyone else in the game. You think? Hasn't Kyle told her? Well, the reason why Kyle would flip is because the revolution isn't an alliance. It's a loose collective of people who were forced to vote together. Clearly, Mitch is not a fan of Star. There's just a lot more leeway, a lot more elasticity in that group versus Joe Eva that are so locked in. You're done betraying people's trust, so you choose to betray Camilla's trust? Because you have to choose. This is a zero-sum game, brother. Camilla is screwed if you let this group continue. I'm sorry, Kyle, but you cannot frame this as you being loyal. All right. Next prediction. Let's see. How about, does anyone say the word strong? I think I'm only going to accept strong. I will accept strongest. I will accept stronger. I'm not going to accept strength. Or strong man. Or strong arm. Only 3. Strong, stronger, strongest. Strongly, no. Just the 3. Here it is. Here's my thing. Think about like who is on the jury. Somebody like David, potentially a strong voice on the jury, strong. loud voice on the jury. If I'm David and I was suspicious that Kyle was betraying the alliance, and then they betrayed me, and then Kyle went to the end with Eva and Joe and Shaheen, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously trying to tell me that you played this game loyally, with honesty, and you cared about relationships? Because where does that leave me? Now, I am not David. He is not me. But I think if Kyle tries to preach about loyalty and not the strategic game decisions he had to make, I think that's a mistake. I certainly don't think Chrissy's going to like that kind of talk. All right, we're back. It's a challenge. I almost did a challenge prediction, but we got it so wrong last time. There's still a chance somebody says strong. I did not say that I would cancel the prediction if there was a challenge. So instead of predicting the outcome of the challenge, we will just try to listen for a strong. It's just rewards, so we'll still have we can predict immunity. Jeff counts if Jeff says strong. Slithers through the sand like a snake. Mitch winning makes some sense. I could see Mitch winning. Fried chicken and waffles. Let me say it again. Fried chicken and waffles. Okay, I can't. Keep going. I get it. That was cringy. I get it. However, I watch Big Brother. So I can't speak to that. They're like walruses. Walrye. I think I'd be pretty good at this. Not right now because I have a severely injured shoulder, but When I'm healthy. Severely is not the right word. I shouldn't say severely. I have an injured shoulder. This is just reward. Who needs jury management when we have rope management? Still haven't heard strong. Kyle is stuck now. He had the lead and then lost it. Am I reading into things? Or did they really like that line in this episode? All right, watch out for Mitch. Oh, wow, what a bounce. I'm surprised Mitch isn't doing better at this. I feel like maybe he lost his touch. I feel like you got to put him on the 3 different hooks. You can't just put them all on the same hook. That's lame. Kyle. You know what would have made it a less fast finish, Jeff? All 3 hooks. People are just saying Eva in the chat. Because he picks Eva. Why is that so surprising? Oh, because she's been on every reward. Again, I feel like when you got a bit of a duo, you want to leave the duo on the other beach. I mean, he basically just pulled Camilla away from her ability to work on people. She's completely isolated from her revolution group now. And that revolution group that he knows is trying to take a shot is left on the beach with Joe. Maybe they talk to Joe and decide there's a different person they should take a shot at. So here's what's annoying to me. I feel like very clearly Mitch seems to have this perception in the game that he is with the strong group. But like, where did that come from? Because I feel like they introduced it to us in this episode that they were like, now that David's gone, we want to make sure that people think they're tight with us. So we have this whole six thing going on. Like, the way Mitch is talking to me does not imply that this happened yesterday. You know? That he's been on the bottom this whole time and then they come to him last minute and now all of a sudden he thinks he's in with them. Like, is that real? That doesn't feel real to me. It feels more like they've been working on the Mitch relationship the whole time. And he was snowed into thinking he was kind of with them because he doesn't see that there's a group. And the only reason there's been talk about the group is because the two people who actually know about the group, Mary and Camilla, have been saying it. But if they've been saying it, why hasn't Mitch been listening unless he's been indoctrinated from the start? And if he has been indoctrinated from the start, why haven't we seen it? I did not hear anyone say strong. Does anybody dispute this? No disputes. No strong. Next prediction. Any new advantages? Any new advantages introduced in the next segment? I just feel like we spent 90 minutes, or at least like 60 of the 90 minutes of last episode, repeating the same storyline over and over about David versus Kyle and how David was making Joe not trust him and so on and so forth. We could have given a little bit of time to how they were keeping Mitch on the hook, you know? Because, like, from the viewer's perspective, the group of four is so incredibly obvious. So when Mitch comes to us out of nowhere and is like, what? Why didn't he pick me? Why would I want to work with Star? It's like, wait, what? Are you this far behind? All right, we're back. It's very funny to me that they're sitting on like floaties on a boat. Wait, are those beanbags not floaties? That's kind of even funnier. Do people at home not realize that? Yeah, in her own right, you know, because she's not strong. But as a non-strong, you know, she's all right. Really? You thought that was the way to get them galvanized against Joe, was leave them on the island with Joe? What? The mental gymnastics happening. Smart Mary? That's funny. I'm sorry, did he just say I'm telling you this for jury management? Is that real? Guys, right after I asked, is that real? He said, I'm being real. Like literally in response to what I said. I just still don't know if I buy this as a downfall for Joe. Because if this is a true downfall for Joe, who is the alternative? I guess it pulls Kyle and Shaheen back into play. Maybe Eva still. But this is kind of what I thought they would do. Because, like, they're portraying this as a mistake for Joe for this vote, not long term. So when he doesn't leave, it's easy to write off this mistake, I think. No new advantages. What is Jeff saying? Can I just say the, like, apply to be on Survivor stuff? I get why they might need it, but it does make me feel like, oof, you guys are really hurting, huh? Really hurting for applicants. It's not true. I mean, they've been doing it for decades, but no new advantages. Jill, thank you for the 22nd. I think it's the frequency. I feel like they used to only do it on, like, reunion episodes. Jeff would be like, "You think you could do this? Apply." Now they're, like, eating up their own commercial space to advertise their own applications. Challenge? Yes, no. I'm not ready to give up on Joe's winner edit here. That was not enough for me. You know what would be enough for me if he gets voted out tonight. But I do not think he's getting voted out tonight. There's so many, like, reasons why it won't happen. Mitch doesn't even seem fully on board. Kyle's not willing to flip. And the plan is to go to Rocks. Rocks they just don't happen. They could be trying to set me up with all of the reasons why it won't work. But then on top of all of it, Joe is still my front runner for winner edit. And they didn't build these characters up. Like, they built Camilla up, they built Mary up a little bit. I don't know. I guess it's possible, but, like, I'm just not seeing it. There's definitely, like, a glimmer of hope that Shaheen is back in play. But I'm not willing to open up my heart to Survivor until after this episode. I just feel like there have been so many specific moments where they've intentionally made Shaheen look bad and Joe look good. Why do that? What I will say is that I think that the world where Shaheen wins is, in my eyes at least, the best story outcome. Because it does seem like they've set Shaheen up to be... Well, I say that. I think that a Camilla or Mary one would also fulfill that. But they've set up this, like, strong honor integrity versus playing the game thing. And Shaheen has come to represent the game player side of the argument. So him succeeding would be pretty satisfying for me, at least, because that's where I lie. And we're back. And it's a challenge. Who wins immunity? Is it Joe, Shaheen, Mary, Camilla, Kyle, Eva, Star, or Mitch? Do 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 do. No deal. Yeah, half of them ate chicken and waffles. That's actually a good point from Jacob. Eva could use her safety without power on somebody in the minority group to essentially block a vote from them. The issue, I think, with that is that if she doesn't use it like that, and she makes it through that tribal, she has 2 immunities at final 7. It only works on the owner? Well, that's kind of lame. Oof. Come on, eyeballs. Unity. Ooh. Down goes Camilla. I like Kyle's strategy here. Go fast. Get a lot of practice in. You can always slow it down when you need to. Full tilt boogie. Ooh. So, thank you for the 17th. I just feel like you learn a lot from dropping. It's almost like a metaphor for the game. They're back up to Unity, and Shaheen's on Munity. See, at this point, they can slow down to just as slow as Shaheen. And they will have lost nothing for taking multiple attempts. And he doesn't know how to do it any faster because he's only ever done it this slowly. Down goes Shaheen. He spent so long on one attempt, and it wasn't enough. Mitch is about to drop. There he goes. Star is not trying to get back in it. Oh, that's it for Kyle. And now it's Joe with nobody close. He can go as slow as he wants on this one. It's got to be him, right? I feel like the edit's been setting up his win, and then also it's been so long in this challenge already that like... Guys, look how focused Joe is. He's just so good at these things. He just can't be beat. Even a fly can't stop him. You thought he was vulnerable? He's not vulnerable. He's our guy. What did I say? I said don't let the hope into your heart. More than 50% of the audience thought he was going to win this before it even started. Okay. I will be back. All right. You'll never guess what I got for food. Chicken and waffles. No, not really. I got a burrito. Prediction. Does Eva mention either advantage? Yes, no. Does Eva mention either advantage in confessional or in person? That is the prediction. We're back. Why would Mitch tell her to use her shot in the dark? Oh, so he's fully ratted them out. He's fully ratted them out. He was never on board with the plan. It's more frustrating when they know what the argument is and they still don't get it. Just disagree, Camilla. Just disagree with her. Just say, I disagree. How about Shaheen? How about Eva? This is so typical of how minority alliances operate. It's why strong majorities are so powerful. This is a very Big Brother-esque direction for the season. If this is genuinely the rest of the episode, just Mary and Star campaigning against each other, what a dud of an episode. It's just going to be Mary. If this is all it is, it's just going to be Mary. We're really debating the merits of like one has a shot in the dark left and the other doesn't. I'm sorry, what has made Star a loose cannon? Other than giving her idol to somebody. That was incredible. Oh, she's still going. And now Joe's going to change the plan to Mary because Joe's the winner and Shaheen can't get what he wants. Oof. That was maybe the worst strategy segment in the new era. Does Eva mention either advantage? No. Who is voted out? Star, Mary, someone else. Jazzy, thank you for the 13th. I thought the rap was great. It was the strategy that was bad. A lot of people saying Star here. Someone on Reddit said this is the most Big Brother season of Survivor. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about this being the most Big Brother season of Survivor. It's all of the bad parts of Big Brother without all of the amazing good parts of Big Brother. No live feeds, no phenomenal first few weeks of the game. Like, there's a reason why we watch Big Brother. There's a reason why Big Brother is so popular, despite how often something like this happens. And it's because it has a lot of other strengths. Survivor's other strengths when something like this happens is that it has an edit that you can use to tell a really compelling story. But so far for me, that this just hasn't been it. It's just been all Joe all the time. Ooh, the vote went on to Mary at the end there. I do think Mary's more likely, personally. Basically, they tried to make the centerpiece of this episode the immunity challenge. In their eyes, I think Joe is everyone's favorite because they've been giving him the winner edit. And they made it seem like Joe was in danger when he wasn't. And so they built it up for that big immunity win where it goes slow mo and he talks about being a dad. And that was the climax of this episode. And that's why the rest of it was so disappointing, because it was all bluster just to build up Joe's win. All right, we're back. Actually, I think this is pretty late for a tribal. All season long, we could have had more Star. She would have made this season better. But they hid her because she was too likable. Even when Kyle doesn't say something, Jeff has a whole speech about it. You know, I love the fact that you didn't say anything, actually, because that reminds me of a thing. Here's the real reason why you keep Star. Mitch won't work with her. Not smart of him, but it seems to be the reality. That was a big burrito. Let's walk it off. The treadmill has already started squeaking again. Oh, God. It's so loud. Can you hear that? Okay. It stopped. This treadmill is not long for this world. You'd think that if you voted Star and you put a symbol next to it, you'd put a star, right? Not a heart. Maybe a star and a heart. She didn't do it. Star Mary. Theoretically, the next vote solves it. There's the star. One more star is over. Okay. 2 votes Mary. Third star. Now one more solves it. Mary! They split it! They split it! I can't tell. Okay, there it is. Now it's over. Wow, they really voted out Star. I really thought they were going to do Mary. I really thought Star was making Final 3 with her Final 3 confessional. Man, they did Star dirty. She was so fun. All right. If we're going to take anything positive out of that, I think at the very least, you can give a little tally in the Shaheen column. He was the one pushing Star. Joe is the one pushing Mary. If you were trying to be really optimistic, you could say that maybe they diminish some of Star's likability so that you're not mad at Shaheen for being the push on Star. But I don't think that tracks because you didn't have to make Shaheen the push on Star. I think so many people were willing to vote Star there. She was clearly not very popular. So you didn't have to give him the most credit for that. You didn't have to bury somebody all season just to prevent people being mad at you for doing that. So I don't think that argument tracks. But I do still think that, you know, at least the edit was only 95% in favor of Joe this episode. And not 100. Or not, I guess maybe more like 90. We got the 5% make him look a little bad, but that was only really, I think, to make him seem like he might go home before he wins immunity. And then the other 5% is that he did not get his way here, but I think they just used him as a decoy to make it seem like something else might happen. And even in that, they made it seem like, oh, she said Eva's name? Well, I'm going to protect Eva, of course. Why not play the shot in the dark? I mean, sure, but, you know, there's a chance that they vote out Mary there instead of you, and maybe your vote matters in that case, and I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, you should probably just play the shot in the dark at that point. Probably not worth holding on to. All right, well, Star was voted out. Yeah, her vote wasn't necessary there, so she really should have just played the shot in the dark. But I think maybe some part of her was like, screw Mitch. I'm not just gonna do what Mitch says I should do. Yeah, the brutal thing is that she really should have just kept the idol. I mean, giving the idol up was just rough. All right, next time on. Oh, is Kyle realizing that he can't just be loyal and everyone wins? Yeah, Eva, who has been significantly bolstered by the fact that she has a public idol, gleefully voting out Star, the person who gave it to her, asking nothing in return, is a perfect representation of why there's no such thing as goodwill in social strategy games, aka capitalism. I mean social strategy games. What can I say? That was a pretty lame episode. The high point was finally getting to see one of the most under-edited characters in a few years, because she's great, but she also got voted out, and there was basically zero strategy in this episode. And 2 challenges. Oh yeah, do we need to do this?
Oh my god. Just end the season already.
You think I don't have that ready? You think that's not part of my repertoire? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I keep it right next to another clip, because this is the true dichotomy of being a fan of reality television. I keep it right next to this clip.
Boring season where?
Because there's always hope. Will we get that on this season of Survivor? Not looking like it. But it does happen. Next episode number is 11. Big Brother, I assume, will start in like 2 months. But I'll be talking Big Brother 18 tomorrow. I mentioned this earlier. If you missed it, I have recorded myself watching episode 1 of the Genius UK. the show that it is apparently too complicated for the British audience. I plan to upload this on YouTube. Hopefully I'll be able to do it without, YouTube telling me no. Where I can actually show clips from the episode and break them down in real time. Well, recorded real time. And we'll see if you like that. Let me tell you, I watch some YouTubers like Dr. Mike. He watches like the whole episode in a YouTube video. HBO. Granted, he's a doctor, so his transformative content is a bit more transformative than me as a reality TV expert. But I think how this works is that I can upload it to YouTube, and before I make it public, see if it flags anything. If it flags anything, I re-edit it. I keep cutting around until I get to a place where it's not flagging me anymore. I think that's how it works. So we will see. But I figured be worth a shot. I really enjoy watching that kind of video, so. And it's just better, like, it's just hard to do these live watch parties with things that most people aren't watching live, because then it's like, all right, in order to watch this video, you have to sync up your own version at a certain time. It's just better when everyone's watching the same show at the same time. And then also it means I can pause and talk in the middle without it getting even more complicated. Exactly. You can watch it on ITV. That's where I watched it. I'm perfectly willing to hop on with Corey and Zach if they want me. I did think about using a whiteboard, but no. I mean, yeah, I honestly don't know how coherent I was, because it was really like every couple of minutes I would pause and be like, okay, that's interesting. So all of these things can happen. Anyway, do you need to watch the Korean one to appreciate the UK version? Not at all. It's pretty self-explanatory. And if this goes well, I might try to do the same thing with Devil's Plan. But all right, that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much. Yeah, check out the Andor coverage. We're doing lots of scripted stuff happening. Last of Us, Andor, the Tastemakers in general. I talked a lot about Sinners, which is a really, really good movie that just came out. But we'll keep coming back for Survivor. Maybe at some point they'll do something that surprises us. But until then, thanks for hanging out. I will see all of you next time.